Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to showcase in the first of 2021 dirt projects and gravel driveway repairs, the bad boy box blade in action with the hydraulic top link. I'm excited for this episode and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to walk you through what the customer wants today, and then I'll start walking through that process. So hang out with me today. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoy it, and we would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Thanks and have a great day. So this is the area that they had formerly as a garden, and they're wanting to make this an RV parking area. You can see I put some flags out to kind of indicate the outside perimeter of it, and it does slope off quite a bit. It's kind of hard to see from the picture, but I would say we've got a good solid 2-foot drop from the front of this garden area to the back. So I'm going to be scalping off about 6 inches of dirt to get down to a good solid material. Then I'm going to be backfilling with CA6 rocks to create a nice pad. There's also a little bit of concrete here from an old stoop. I'm going to be removing that so that we don't have that in the parking area as well. We're going to be going down the entire driveway here, and we're going to be refreshing the way it looks, basically cutting out any grass material, sharpening up those edges. And then there is one hole over here that I'm going to be filling in. I'll probably use some of that CA6 rock down in the bottom of it because the customer says that it continuously hammers back out each year. This is the primary concern up here. Customer stated that they filled it in last year and it quickly hammered back out. So we're going to be cutting this hole down to the parent material, mixing some new material in, and then packing it so that it's shouldn't hammer out, and then I'll top dress it with a little bit of the river rock off of the rest of the driveway. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing this morning is getting this concrete sidewalk pad out of the way so I can finish kind of getting all the dirt ready for scalping that topsoil off. We're also going to stockpile the topsoil for backfilling and dressing up at the end, so I want to keep a nice clean pile of that. I noticed is, depending on whether I was going uphill or downhill, I had to adjust that hydraulic top link. In this little clip, you can actually see me adjust it and watch as the soil started to pile into the box plate. Watch as I near the end of this pass, you can start seeing the dirt really boil up in that box. What I'm doing in this shot is I'm just demonstrating how when you're pushing backward, you have to adjust that top link. This is the main reason that I wanted to go a hydraulic top link, was to avoid having to get off, adjust it, depending on whether or not I'm pulling or pushing, and I did significant pushing in this project. by this point in the project, I'd scalped all the topsoil off, and what we had found after getting that dirt off is that there was a big, thick layer of gravel all around this building. And apparently this building at one time was an establishment of some sort, and they had parking. So we were down to that parking substrate or parking gravel. So I didn't have to cut any more topsoil, and I started bringing in the fill, or the CA6, and packing. Here I'm dropping down the Scarifyers, and in the first pass that you'll see, I want you to take a good close look at how I use the hydraulic toppling to adjust the box angle, because all I really want to do on the first couple passes is really engage those Scarifyers. I don't want to be dragging any material around because it was pretty decent where it was at. So just kind of pay attention to that. I'll zoom in on a little bit and you'll start seeing that just the teeth are engaged. And then there was other times when I started dragging out, I didn't even lift the Scarifyers. I just rocked it back and set it on that back plate. So just kind of keep that in mind, that I was using the hydraulic toppling to do most of that, so I didn't have to adjust the Scarifyers. So just wrapped up the project. It took a little bit longer than what I anticipated, but you can see the parking stall area for the RV looks really, really good. The slope on the backside is maybe a little steep. We didn't have quite enough backfill dirt to do that, but it should hold up because the rear wheels aren't going to even be sitting close to that back end, and it slopes pretty well. It's doing about 1-inch lifts and then packing in between. Dressed up a little bit up in here. That's where the rock was piled up, and then we bladed out the driveway, and I think everything looks pretty good. It needs a good rain and some settling, but it should turn out really well. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Please remember, like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button, that would help us out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.